the next thing that we're going to look at right now is a conversation between Tsipi and Robert as they were developing and going through the process of writing the music and this song for the film.
Last night I went and watched the movie again, and then I watched a bit of it this morning too. But my whole point was just to give me sort of a review because I wrote the music last year.
What did you love most? I mean, it's a very stupid question maybe, but because of course you loved everything.
What I really, really loved was the point that I realized that the movie needed the music You Be Love in it. And I had never played that music slowly. You know, it was always a fast thing. It was always like that, you know, with all the orchestra going on there. And I just one day went like this. You know, just so delicately about being you and be loved. And I said, that's got to work in that scene. And I think the first scene I put that in was near the end of the movie when they've just finished the big experiment with Lynn's talking about on stage. And one guy gets up and he yells out, it's like a big advertisement.
Like a commercial that you see on the road, and it was written, the piece is already here. Yes.
Then the music sneaks in.
Yeah.
And then it brings in, you know, there's the strings come behind it. Especially where the girl in the audience, there's a close-up of her, and she says it's so emotional, and she starts crying.
I love you.
It really fits there.
Yeah.
And then I went back and scored other parts.
That has led me to deeper understanding into the sciences of light.
In the movie, it first comes in with Krishna talking about color, and you see the color of the different flowers, and then it goes into Lee Carroll channeling outdoors for people. So the music goes on, and then just at one point, when Lee says color is coming, and You Be Love comes in there, you know.
I say to Israel, you don't know what you don't know. Color is coming.
Then it dissolves into this beautiful flowering tree. Beauty and color, it all has to do with love. If you can feel love, you can see all beauty everywhere. And right the next scene, this is where Dr. McCready's coming out of his house and he's going off to his office, I guess. And You Be Love comes in there. And that's so appropriate too, because he works with heart math.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, when we talk about love, we always talk about the heart, you know, we think of the heart, you know. And it's not just that physical heart, you know, but a broken heart or whatever, you know. Then another place, the battle, which I call dark and light. Lee Carroll is saying, if you stay out of fear and shine your light, the whole world will be brighter.
If you shine your light and staying out of fear, the whole world will be brighter for it. Nothing can survive your light. Nothing.
So when we talk about the light, we're also really talking about love and beauty. It's, you know, it's all that in the same package, you know, it's the same family. And that's, I bring in You Be Love there. It's maybe not much longer than that, you know, just a little phrase of it. But then that scene, near the end where Cryon is talking about the baby and the love from the mother?
Mom, what could you say? What could you say? I'm going to be with you. All your lives, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to love you.
I'm using the same chords and the same key, but I have a melody that is sort of like Be You, Be Loved, but it's not. It's just to create the relationship there, you know? And it would sound kind of corny to be just always putting in, you know, that exact theme. So use the background and change the melody. Because right after that is, you know, at the ending of the movie, there's the words about the police claiming that because of their fine work, etc., that, you know, the violence went down. We come back in with Be You, Be Loved, but it's quite orchestrated. It's still very slow, but orchestrated, but only instrumental version. And as soon as it gets right after the police words, it goes into the credits. That's where Audrey starts singing solo on Be You, Be Loved, and this is the only place where we actually hear the words. It's the beauty of that, you know, and the softness of what peace is compared to violence. Interesting in the movie that the way you play between the dark and the light in everything, and there's little places in there. Probably the audience doesn't notice that, but there are quite a few places. When you gave me the movie to start scoring, there was throughout the movie there was these spots where there was a big explosion, and I had to decide how much of an explosion would be, because that was something subliminal you were putting in there. You were putting in one frame of violence every so often. I'm sure no one ever saw consciously saw that one frame, but it hit. And the little explosion was the little thing that could do that. And I had to blend that into the music. And the so-called contrast between scientific sounding music, you know, laboratory sounding music, and spiritual music, to create that balance there.
The balance between extreme, like, you know, you go to old tradition and then you're bringing the new science. You go to the East and then you're bringing the West. Lee Carroll is, you know, channeler.
Right.
And to take the science and to put it one after the other all the time, it was, how was it for you?
Well, you did a fantastic job. And somehow working with you more than any other producer that I've worked with, it's we were, as this was being created, we were both vibrating on the same frequency. Really, I think that's what I felt, you know, and I understood what you wanted, and it just made it so easy for me, you know. It wasn't like, oh, I was giving you some music, oh, is she gonna like this, you know? It was like what I said one point in the movie, I never know where my fingers are going to go, but they always go to the right place. Mm-hmm. But that's only part of the sentence.
Yeah.
The rest of the thought is, if I let them. And that's actually a really powerful message in that movie. That if I'd thought about it before I said it, I probably couldn't have said the right thing, but that's a powerful message for the people. But that's also a powerful message for me as a writer, to connect with the field as a writer. I just let it come through. And I had no idea what I was going to do for that next scene, but it just came through.
Yeah, I think you really, you really so directly to the point, if you ask me, because when I meditate in the nature in my house and I see the vast nature
Right.
and so there when I connect to the field, and I never said I'm connecting to the field, I'm connected to something, which
Right.
is big,
Right.
which is feeling of home, which is feeling of knowing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing myself is knowing everyone.
Right.
And when I'm in this feeling, I don't understand why there are war why people think that if I have more, it's because you have less, or the opposite. Why?
Right.
Why?
Right.
You don't understand when you are. So this feeling I wanted to bring to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this feeling of one with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the music exactly for this.
Well, you got it right to the point also. I wouldn't have been able to work with the movie if it hadn't have been magic to start with. With the work you did, Yeah, I really honor you for the great work you're doing, and it being so timely. It is the time for this now. Now it's time for the real, total explanation of what it is. And it's not complicated
No.
at all. It's all about love.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was such a pleasure working on this movie with you, It really was. It wasn't work, it wasn't a job. It was just letting this music come through, Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's never a job, I never got any money out of it, until today. I'm always paying and working. Not, it's not a job.
That will have to change.
Yeah, okay.
You'll see. Yeah, you're never forgotten by the universe. No, it was a big pleasure, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's pleasure for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, who knows what's coming next? And those things.